Sometimes, guys, you have these inspiring fighting movies that really also entertain you, like Undisputed and The Survivor. But other times, you find these movies that are based on a true story but takes too much artistic freedom in altering the real story to their liking, then creating a story that neither inspires you or gives you a contact with the real story. The movie I will be talking about today, called A Prayer Before Dawn, sadly does that, and through the artistic freedom that the director takes, we lose complete contact with the real story, and it might be one of the worst fighting movies ever made. First and foremost, the movie has a very slow pacing, and it takes a long time to get to concept where this former teenage fighter Billy Moore from Liverpool gets jailed in a Thai prison, and gets to fight as the first foreigner in prison Thai boxing tournaments. There's a certain unrealism in the story with this ladyboy that the main character has sex with, and is kind with the main character. It is okay that she is kind to him, that there's a certain chemistry there, but not that they are sexually intimate, and create a drama around that with the other inmates, because that is not a feat based on a real story where there were ladyboys interested in him, but none of them were sexual relationships. Generally, it is, however, interesting to see how these people were all clamped together with no space among them, and how the main characters surely were traumatized by the rape situation, which is also dramatized in the movie where one rape victim hangs himself in shame, which were never true in the real story. I do of course get this dramatization, but if we should be invested more in the real story, I feel also most events needs to be more real portrayed, and this is another event that is not accurate. When the fights first start, they are interesting, but I feel there's too much focus on the training and not on the actual fights, where some of them are quite tense, as in nearly dies, it seems, after being drugged the night before, after being threatened to be killed if we did not win the fight. But we see very little of the actual fighting. Instead, the movie decides to do a more deep psychological approach to see what the main character feels in tough situations, where he is a bit rebellious at the start and gets punished for his behavior. Generally, the movie is very boring, and it's hard to follow the story when it takes so much time to build it up. I get that you want to tell the story of Billy Moore like a whole book, but then just make it more according to what really happened. Not this deep psychological approach or this relatable focus. That you can see who is the leader in the prison or not is perfectly fine. That you see rough conditions are perfectly fine. But I do not like artistic alterations from the real story. Once again, I guess that's just one of the reasons why this one might just be one of the worst fighting movies ever made. And I will give this one a 5 out of 10, guys.